9 foods that cause inflammation you need to know. Depending on the situation, inflammation can be beneficial or harmful. On the one hand, it's your body's natural protection mechanism when you're hurt or unwell. It can support your body in fighting illness and encouraging healing. On the other hand, chronic long-term inflammation has been associated with an elevated risk of diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Surprisingly, the things you eat might greatly impact how much inflammation you have in your body. In today's video, we will share with you the 9 foods that cause inflammation you need to know. Number 1. Vegetable and seed oils. Vegetable oil usage in the United States climbed by 130% throughout the 20th century. Because of their high omega-6 fatty acid presence, some experts accept that certain vegetable oils, such as soybean oil, increase inflammation. Although certain omega-6 fats are required in the diet, the normal Western diet gives significantly more than is required. To increase your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio and gain the anti-inflammatory effects of omega-3s, health authorities recommend consuming more omega-3 rich foods, such as fatty fish. Do you find this video interesting so far? Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button and ring the notification bell if you want to see more content like this. Number 2. Excessive alcohol. Alcohol use in moderation has been found to have certain health benefits. Higher doses, on the other hand, can result in serious problems. In one study, participants who drank alcohol had higher levels of the inflammatory marker CRP. Their CRP levels rose in direct proportion to the amount of alcohol they took. People who consume large amounts of alcohol may experience issues with bacterial toxins migrating out of the colon and into the body. This condition is also known as leaky gut and can cause widespread inflammation and organ damage. To avoid alcohol-related health concerns, males should have no more than 2 standard drinks per day, and women should have no more than 1. Number 3. Processed meat. Processed meat consumption has been linked to a higher risk of heart disease, diabetes, and stomach and colon cancer. Some of the types of processed meat include sausage, bacon, ham, and smoked meat. More advanced glycation end products, AGEs, are found in processed beef than in most other meats. AGEs are generated when meats and other foods are cooked at high temperatures. They have a history of causing inflammation. The link between processed meat consumption and colon cancer is the strongest of all the disorders associated with it. Although several factors play a role in colon cancer, one mechanism is thought to be the inflammatory response of colon cells to processed meat. Number 4. Gluten. Gluten sensitivity affects millions of people in the United States. Gluten is a protein present in cereals like wheat, rye, and barley. Gluten has been shown to cause inflammation in the small intestine, and studies suggest it may also impact other organs and tissues, including the joints. Many people who suffer from joint pain and inflammation have found that being gluten-free has helped them feel better. Number 5. Dairy. While dairy yogurt's gut-healing bacteria can help reduce inflammation, dairy is also a source of inflammation-inducing saturated fats. Furthermore, full-fat dairy has been linked to changing our gut microbiome, resulting in lower amounts of beneficial gut bacteria, which are crucial actors in reducing inflammation. Finally, dairy is a frequent allergen. The FDA estimates that 30 to 50 million Americans are lactose intolerant. Any type of allergen can cause inflammatory reactions by releasing histamines in either case. Consider eliminating dairy from your diet if you feel particularly bloated after eating a few blocks of cheese. Number 6. Artificial additives. The term artificial refers to a product that is not present in nature, and that usually indicates your body is unable to metabolize it. Artificial coloring, which is generated from petroleum, has been connected to a variety of health problems, including hormone disruption, hyperactivity in youngsters, and tumor formation in animal tests. According to a meta-analysis published in the journal Alternative Therapies in Health and Medicine, our immune system tries to defend the body against these synthetic colorants, which stimulates the inflammatory cascade. Number 7. Sugar and high-fructose corn syrup. In Western diets, the two primary types of sugar are table sugar, sucrose, and high-fructose corn syrup, HFCS. There is 45% glucose and 55% fructose in high-fructose corn syrup, whereas sugar is 50% glucose and 50% fructose. Increased inflammation, which can lead to disease, is one of the reasons that added sugars are hazardous. Mice fed high-sugar diets developed breast cancer that migrated to their lungs due to the inflammatory response to sugar. The anti-inflammatory effects of omega-3 fatty acids were reduced in mice fed a high-sugar diet in another study. Furthermore, in a randomized clinical experiment in which participants drank regular soda, diet soda, milk, or water, only those who drank regular soda had higher uric acid levels, which causes inflammation and insulin resistance. Sugar is also hazardous since it comprises an extreme quantity of fructose. While reasonable quantities of fructose in fruits and vegetables are satisfactory, consuming high amounts of fructose from added sugars is not. Obesity, insulin resistance, diabetes, fatty liver disease, cancer, and chronic kidney disease have all been related to eating a large amount of fructose. According to studies, fructose also induces inflammation in the endothelial cells that line your blood arteries, which is a risk factor for heart disease. In mice and humans, high fructose intake has been demonstrated to enhance many inflammatory markers. Candy, chocolate, soft drinks, cakes, cookies, donuts, sweet pastries, and certain cereals are all high in added sugar. Number 8. Refined carbohydrates. Carbohydrates have a poor reputation. The truth is that not all carbohydrates are bad for you. For millennia, ancient humans ate grasses, roots, and fruits, which were high in fiber and unprocessed carbohydrates. Consumption of refined carbohydrates, on the other hand, may contribute to inflammation. The majority of the fiber has been eliminated from refined carbohydrates. Fiber keeps you fuller for longer, helps blood sugar regulation, and feeds your intestinal microbes. The refined carbs in today's diet, according to researchers, may promote the growth of inflammatory gut bacteria, which can increase your risk of obesity and inflammatory bowel disease. The glycemic index, GI, of refined carbohydrates is higher than that of unprocessed carbohydrates. Meals with a high GI spike blood sugar levels faster than foods with a low GI. In one study, older persons who ate the most high GI meals had a 2.9-fold increased risk of dying from inflammatory condition such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. Young, healthy males who ate 50 grams of refined carbs in the form of white bread had higher blood sugar levels and increased levels of a specific inflammatory marker in controlled research. Candy, bread, pasta, pastries, some cereals, cookies, cakes, sugary soft drinks, and any processed meals with added sugar or wheat include refined carbs. Number 9. Artificial trans fats. Artificial trans fats are among the unhealthiest fats you may consume. They're made by adding hydrogen to liquid unsaturated fats to give them the consistency of solid fat. Trans fats are frequently indicated as partly hydrogenated oils on ingredient labels. Trans fats are found in most kinds of margarine and are frequently used to improve the shelf life of processed foods. Unlike naturally occurring trans fats found in dairy and meat, trans fats have been demonstrated to promote inflammation and raise disease risk. Trans fats may disturb the role of the endothelial cells that line your arteries, which is a risk factor for heart disease, in addition to reducing HDL, good cholesterol. Artificial trans fat consumption has been linked to elevated levels of inflammatory indicators like C-reactive protein, CRP. CRP levels were 78% higher in one study among women who reported the highest trans fat intake. Hydrogenated soybean oil elevated inflammation substantially more than palm and sunflower oils in a randomly controlled experiment involving older women with excess weight. According to studies, inflammatory indicators increased similarly in healthy men and men with high cholesterols in reaction to trans fat stress. Inflammation can be triggered by a variety of factors, some of which are difficult to avoid, such as pollution, injury, or illness. You do, however, have an influence a lot more over things like your food. Reduce inflammation by limiting your intake of foods that cause it, and eating anti-inflammatory nutrients to stay as healthy as possible. Will you start avoiding these foods after watching this video? Let us know in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my future videos. Don't forget to like and share. Stay healthy!